Hello, everyone. So I still see people here. Thank you. So my name is İsmihan. I've been working for 22 years now. 20 years of this was in consulting. I worked in Turkey and I worked abroad for many multinational companies. I think I ticked off every sector: financial services, telecom, manufacturing, construction, media, retail, anything you name. Aviation was the only missing one. So I decided to tick that off, you know, towards the last bit of the career. After consulting, I decided to join retail. For 18 months I did retail, and now I am in aviation. I'm very happy to be in aviation. I wish I had done this choice, you know, before. Obviously, you have better insights compared to me because you're at the university and you have already done the right choice. I just found it now. So it is a nice sector. And as Sabiha Gökçen Airport, I mean, it is a sector that there are a lot of parties, you know, connected and speaking to each other and sharing a lot of information, sharing a lot of experience, knowledge, sharing a lot of even emotion, you know, airlines, airports, ground handlers, you know, the security companies or cleaning services companies, everyone, the software technology companies, anyone in this business, you know, we are all working as business partners. So what I would like to do today is, I heard a lot of buzzwords. I heard robots, innovation, startups, collaboration, you know, IoT, big data. We have seen a lot of things here. I would like to explain a bit why we are doing this. What is the ultimate goal? Where are we heading? You know, I will try to explain it from Sabiha Gökçen's view. So just to introduce Sabiha Gökçen a bit, you know, we have welcomed 34 million passengers last year. These are all 2018 year-end results. So we are expecting an increase this year. So the maximum number of passengers we have seen in a single day was 120,000 people. And in 2018, we registered a 9% growth in passenger traffic. We have added 12 new routes. We are giving service to 127 international destinations and 41 domestic destinations. We are the 12th busiest airport in Europe, and also we are the second, you know, airport in terms of passenger number in Turkey. So these are a bit passenger statistics. We are quite young. We are, you know, set up 2004 and we are in 2019 now, so 15 years old. These airport investments, they are long-term investments. I remember when I moved to KIRGIZ in 2008, people were saying, you know, why do we need an airport in KIRGIZ? Who's going to fly from here? And in 10 years, you can see that 34 million people now flying from here, okay? So these are, I think we need to think a bit about the future, you know, 10 years, 20 years. So there is a big demand for airports, airplanes, you know, flying. And I think the only disruption ahead of us is once you start flying with your own cars, just from your house doors, okay? That will be the disruption for airports or airline companies, I believe. So these are our 41 domestic routes, 127 international destinations. These are the services we provide from our airports. We have the cargo services. We have a nice hotel, if you know it, so it's quite nice. We have a parking area. We have our own lounges and fast track facilities in addition to Turkish Airlines. We are also providing duty-free services on the international area. If we look at the facts and figures, we have only one runway at the moment, and our capacity is 41 million passenger. And once we have the second runway, we'll reach that capacity. Because second runways, at the moment we are flat out with our runway capacity, so we can't accept any more planes, okay, so it's full. So once we have the second runway, which is being constructed at the moment, if you have seen the tunnel connecting the Tem and the Tuzla, that's the actually tunnel. There will be a runway over that tunnel, so there will be a mountain on top of it. So next year you will see that. So once we have the runway, we'll be limited by our capacity. So the next step will be having a second terminal around our airport. This is mentioned in the new runway. So hold on. This is the current runway, and this will be the second runway. It is a bit wider, which means that we can accept wide-body aircrafts, which means that you'll be able to fly, overseas from Sabiha as well. And another important thing is tube station metro is coming next year, so we'll be fully connected to the city with the build of metro. So what is Sabiha Gökçen's position? So we are also changing with the opening of the biggest airport in world in Turkey. Sabiha is also changing its position. We are now becoming the city airport of Istanbul. So what does city airport mean? City airport means it is close to the city. It is well connected to the city. We've got very good at the moment bus connection, but we'll have the tube connection as well, so which will be very easy for you get to the airport. And also the Kuzey Marmara road. This also connects you very well to the European site as well. So we are saying that we bring you closer to your homes. We bring you closer to your business. We bring you closer to your loved ones. So we have a bit emotional side of it, really. So we want to be the preferred city airport. So I think it was in your presentation, Carlos' presentation, it was saying that the human is in the center. So the human has got preferences, okay? So we want to be the preferred airport, not the airport that you have to fly through. We want to be the preferred one, okay? So these are our this is our positioning. So based on that, we have a strategy. So our strategy vision is we would like to provide seamless and inspiring airport experience to all our passengers. And we would like to be the preferred city airport and leader in its category in EMEA. We want to be in top 10 by passenger volume. As I mentioned, we are now number 12, but we want to be in top 10 by 2026. And we want to be in top 10 according to the customer satisfaction surveys. Okay, so this is the ultimate goal. So how are we going to do that? What are our activities to achieve this? So we thought about it, and there are some major strategies that we need to follow. One of them is revenue growth and profitability. So we are not a charity company, okay? We are a commercial company. We have to make money. We have to earn money, and we have to make profits. Preferred city airport. We said human prefers. We said, you know, top 10 according to the customer satisfaction survey. So which always, you know, points out to the passenger and customer. So we need to work on the passenger experience. If you want to make the passenger happy, you need to make your operations better. Okay? If you want to make money, you need to cut your costs down. Okay? So which means that you need to run excellent operations. So this is another one. And branding. We want to change the how the customers or how the public is perceiving us at the moment. So now I'm going to talk about how we are going to do these things using technology. Obviously, there are other enablers as well, like connectors or employee or changing culture, those kind of things. But I'm just focused on the smart use of technology today. So if we look at the passenger experience, the other presenters also talk about this. When you enter this is our terminal, by the way. When you enter, you pass through the security, and then you do your check-in, do your bag drop, and then you pass through the passport control. Obviously, this is for international travel. And then you do security again. Then you go to the relaxing area or shopping area, let's say. And then you go to your plane and you board at the gate, and then you fly, okay? Or you may be coming back. Again, you come in, you do your border control, you collect your baggage, and then you leave the airport, okay? This is a typical international journey. So how are we going to improve things for the passenger, you know, in this journey? So one of the important things is mobile application. You heard a lot about mobile applications today. Did you know that we have a mobile application? Could you please raise your hands? Okay, like 20%. All right, 80% doesn't know it. It's a very good application. It is there for 2 years now, and it gives you instant information about your flights. Even you don't need to look at the flight information screens. You can just get notifications from your mobile app if you follow your flight. It is also important if you are welcoming any guests as well. You can just understand when the plane is going to arrive. Even you can watch, you know, find the flight on the map as well, on which city it is flying at the moment, you know, above. So it's a very good application. And we have recently added a lot of functions to it. I would like to talk about them a bit. One of them is wayfinding. You met Sarp and Salih, you know, a couple of sessions before. We worked together with InMapper as well. It was a great idea, okay, because we are working with big companies, big vendors, you know, lots of experience, mature people, you know. But these guys just came in with an idea and with a dream. That was all they got. And they were just pushing that idea, and it was a very good idea. So we like that energy. We want to get that energy. And we put it in our application, and it is being used very efficiently at the moment. So another one is Lost and Found application. Lost and Found founder is here actually as well. Developer Başak and Necmettin, they are here as well. So have you ever heard about Bulundum platform? This is a digital platform for Lost and Found. No, nobody heard. Okay. So I will try to explain it from our view. if you lose anything at Sabiha Gökçen Airport, or if you forget any of your property at Sabiha Gökçen Airport, you can just go into our mobile application or website. You can fill in a form, okay, about what you have forgotten. So this form communicates to our systems, and there is a clever logic running behind it. It just tries to, it searches what you are looking for in our inventory, okay, lost and found office. So if it finds a match, then it says, okay, and it drops a message to our staff, and then staff just gets, they just get into connection with the passenger, and if the passenger can prove that they own that property, we are able to send that good back to the passenger. Okay, so this is the digital platform. It's not something we developed. Okay, this is running on cloud, and it was an idea. We just helped them to change it a bit according to our requirements. So it is in full operation now. So no one needs to come to Sabiha Gökçen to collect their forgotten goods or properties, okay? We sell also fast track services and CIP launch services if you are having any trouble to get your flight on time. And we are also offering a lot of campaigns, you can get coffee or some, food, and you can get free Wi-Fi, attached to that offer using our mobile app. Information kiosk. IGA also has done this. We are adding a bit on it. I walk around the terminal, and then I see a lot of different nationalities. Sometimes I even don't understand what language they are speaking, but they are looking for, they need help, and they can't tell you what it is, okay? You are just trying to, with body signs, and you're trying to communicate using body language. And there are disabled people who can't hear, who can't see, who can't walk. And there are people, and most of the people are very stressed at the airport. Traveling is very stressful. Okay, 90% of the people are very stressed. Even they are Turkish, when you say something, they don't understand you because they are blocking it. Okay, they don't get the commands, they don't get the instructions, and they are very nervous, they're very defensive, aggressive. So I think this kiosk is going to help them a lot, because you'll be able to, and at the moment there are only a couple of desks you can speak to an agent and get help, but with the information kiosk you'll be able to speak to a live agent, and also you'll be able to get help in your own language using a chatbot as well. So this is what we are after at the moment. And you can do the lost and found thing here. You can say, I lost my phone. You can ask how you can get to the city. You can ask where you park your car. Maybe you don't remember it. And you can ask about the campaigns available at the airport. So these kiosks are coming, and I think it will be ready in 3 months' time at the airport. So automated. Lot of automated things. Automated border control is already open, so you can use it. Anyone above 18 years old, with a Turkish passport with a chip, they can use this system. You can just show your passport, you can put your fingers, and then it recognizes your face, and it matches the, biometric information on the passport, and also at the nüfus population directorate as well. So if there is a validation, it lets you leave the country. So border control is already in place, and we'll be deploying more of these in the next coming months. Self-service check-in already, Pegasus and Turkish Airlines, they have their kiosk installed at our airport, but we are also going to have our own kiosk for the other airlines as well, who are not using our bases. Pegasus working with the TC identity boarding project. And future, we are working on the biometric boarding. So it's just not going to be on the passport. You'll be registering your face on a mobile app. You'll come to the airport, we'll recognize you, and then we'll let you do your check-ins. You'll go through the security, you'll go to the boarding, everything. But these are all to come at the moment we are working. So the border control, which we worked on, it is now teaching us. We are getting learnings from it, and we will apply all these into the other steps as well. So we were mentioning passenger tracking queue. Barış has mentioned that one of the things that passengers don't like is waiting in the queues at the airport. Yes, that's true. And there may be reasons for it, okay, long queues. Either operations may be failing, or there may be a lot of passengers, or maybe bad planning, or maybe capacity problems, lots of things. But we want to understand this, so we want to measure it. Then we can understand what is happening, and then we can, solve the problem after we understand what's happening, okay? So what we are doing at the moment is, I'm not sure if you are able to see, but we have installed some 3D sensors on the roof. So these, green dots, these are actually representing a person. So we can count the people in the zones now. We can, understand how many people waiting in the queues, what is the waiting time, what is the predictive waiting time, what's the queue length, what is the dwell time. We can now all measure these. We are running at the moment a pilot, and it will be rolled out to the whole airport till the end of the year. So this information gives us a couple of things. One, it does give us real-time insights about how the crowds are moving across the airport. So is there a problem? Are there not enough counters open? Or are the security X-rays, are they not open? Or are they not enough? Or maybe even we can produce heat maps. Some of the places may be more crowded, but some of the places may be less crowded. But we have one single airport, and we have to maximize the utilization of that airport. So each bit of land is very important for us, very valuable for us. Being utilized properly, we can try to understand, what can we do to improve the attraction, of that place. So this is going to give us a lot of information, and we'll be sharing this information with all our other business partners so they can improve their operations as well, like Pegasus or ground handlers or Turkish Airlines. We'll be sharing all this information as well. And what it will do, we'll have a pool of data. We can analyze the history. We can plan and predict the future. So we can do our investments based on this data. So big data and analytics, we were already mentioning it. We have a lot of data. Soon, I'm hoping that we'll be providing Wi-Fi. My executive director, Dr. Azmi, is here as well, so he says yes, so he's coming. So we'll be collecting a lot of data from Wi-Fi, from tablets, PCs, from flight systems, from all the sensors, IoT sensors all around the airport, and we'll be using this data to inform the passenger. When a passenger is informed, It means that they are more comfortable, they are more relaxed, they are happier, and everything is easier for everyone, okay? And obviously, at the airport, we have another business as well. It's not only airlines or ground handlers, but we have shops as well. So we are selling coffees, we have restaurants, we have retail areas. So the more happier the people, it means that they are likely to spend more money, which will also help with the revenues as well. So informing passengers is very important. We'll be providing loyalty programs and campaigns using this data, and we'll get to know you better, you know, who you are, what you want, what are your expectations. So we'll be able to provide you individualized services. So we are after that. These are the bit, I mean, I didn't explain, but these are the, you know, passenger experience, operational excellence, and growth. These are showing us each project, how it is helping, how each of them is contributing to the strategy. It is not only about passengers, we have people. So human is in the center, so we have employees as well. We need to make them happy as well. So we are investing also on the administration side as well. We are trying to implement mobile applications or trying to move all our processes and procedures into a digital platform. So we are hoping that we will improve their collaboration, communication, we will save time, we will save paper, you know, we will control our revenues better, we will do better audits, you know, better health and safety, and sustainable, you know, environment as well. So we are after these with the digital paperless office project. So these are the nice things, you know, future-looking things, but we have to keep the lights on as well. So 50% of the effort we are putting goes to new technologies, you know, implementing the new strategies, but we have to keep the lights on 50% with the efforts we are providing. So we're trying to do proactive IT management. So how can we make sure that our systems are all up and running 99.9%? You know, we need to invest in data center because we are using a lot of software now. It is collecting a lot of data. It means that we need more of these data centers. We need to invest on disaster recovery. Once everything falls down, something should be, you know, coming back up quickly. So we are investing on this. We are investing on cyber security. Airports, they are popular. Banks and airports, these are attracting terrorists. So terrorists today, yeah, there are physical terror, but also there is now drones, you know. If you remember, I think it was Gatwick Airport, it was shut down for 3 days, you know. It is a big loss. So we are investing heavily on cybersecurity, we are investing on backup, we are trying to move on to cloud infrastructure. Cloud means we can communicate easier with our business partners. We have a lot of integrations. If we move on to cloud, it is easier to do these things. And we are trying to utilize mobile apps and devices as well. Just a couple of things, I mean, from my experience, to achieve, you know, to be successful in business, there are some conditions, okay, some factors. So one of them is when we are running this project, it needs to serve a goal, okay? And it needs to be sponsored by at the top. If the top level is not believing in these projects, nothing will happen, okay? Make sure that if you are asking for anything, the top level is supporting this. Projects need to be aligned with strategy because resources are limited. People are limited, money is limited, anything you use, they're all limited, okay? So you have to have priority over the projects, and so you have to give priority to the ones which is going to make your strategy real. Innovation, we talked about this in the earlier sessions. You know, you can't, today's world, you can't do business on your own. You need to collaborate. You need to learn from other business partners. You need to share experience. You need to share knowledge. You need to support startups, you know, just to get their knowledge. You have a different outlook. I mean, I am getting old a bit as well, but you have a different outlook, and I think it is our responsibility to prepare this business for you as well, to be able to work in it, okay? So we have a responsibility, but you have a responsibility as well. You need to help us, okay? We need to help each other to make things work. Test and learn. This is the, you know, new principle of today. You have to try, test, learn from it. It may fail, okay? You may try 10 things, only 9 may fail, but 1 you will, you know, be successful, but you will learn a lot. If you don't try, you won't learn anything. You will just stay where you are. Business IT cooperation, business and IT has to work together. You can't expect anything. When you go on to business, hey, IT, I want this from you. Now, this doesn't work like that. You need to work together, okay? They need to understand what you want, and you need to understand what they are doing. You need to work together. Change management and planning is very important. Change management, the world is changing, and people doesn't like change, okay? People resist change, refuse change. You need to make sure that you get the buy-in of people before you start something, or you need to communicate at each step. You need to get their buy-in, and you need to convince them everything is going to be good and they are not going to be affected from this, or you need to make clear how they are going to be affected. Okay, so they need to be sure and clear about how things going. For example, you know, there are a lot of projects now going around robotic process automation at the moment. So everyone is trying to robotize all the, you know, manual data entry tasks at the moment, these softwares. They are mostly failing because people are thinking that the robots will replace them and they will lose their jobs, okay? If you don't communicate this in a proper way, if you don't convince them, this is good for you, you're gonna do this, you are not going to do this manual data entry anymore, but we'll use your time on a more value-added task now. So, or you'll do something better, okay? You need to tell this to people clearly, otherwise they sabotage these projects, for example. New skills acquisition, I'm afraid you are not as lucky as us. In the future, you have to keep on learning, okay? You have to acquire constantly new skills because the technology is speeding so fast, you know? Every 3 years, every 4 years, maybe you need to change your job, I don't know, you know? I don't know what the future holds for us, but you need to constantly, you need to learn. Analytics, very important. Have always an analytical point of view. Look at the data, understand the data, and try to plan and you know, predict the future using that data. Communication is important. We say human is in the center, so you need to communicate everything to people, and you need to be really effective in the communication. You need to be positive, constructive. You know, nobody knows, nobody likes, you know, old, grumpy, or just, you know, whinging people. So I think these are the things that I have experienced in my, you know, 22 years. And I think that was the end slide. So any questions, please? You're free to go, I think.
Thank you for the presentation. Now you're talking about your future projects, existing ones, a lot of things. So you're talking as if you have an army behind you. That's why I'm interested to learn about your organization. I really don't know how many staff you have and the roles of that. What their roles, team leaders, engineers.
In our IT?
In your IT, in your own organization.
Okay. In my organization, we don't have an army. we have 28 people, so we are split it into two. Some people are looking after the lights; they are keeping the lights on. Some people are working on the new projects. What do we have is we have software developers, we have aviation system people, we have also some analysts, helping us with these technologies as well. And as I said, we have the operations people who is looking after all the 24, continuous help desk. Mm-hmm.
So these are all IT people, IT technical
Yeah, they're
people.
all IT people. Yeah, they're all IT people.
Thank you.
So being new to the aviation business, what has been the thing that just drives your attention? Was very different of what you expected?
What is different from aviation? Aviation, actually, it has a lot of rules, okay, but good rules. So there are standards that you need to follow. There are a lot of audits. So this really gives people discipline, and so everyone takes everything serious and does their job properly, okay? So this is the good thing. What I found challenging was, I think banking, telecom, retail, they understood that the customer is very important maybe 5 years ago. I think aviation is just now understanding it. Because what I see is people are very fluent in operations, running the operations, or dealing with the relationships, dealing with business partners. But interacting with the customer, I think there is a bit more to do in the aviation sector. Mm-hmm. Thank you.